Hi guys, it's Kiyako here, back with another speed build. Today I'm building my rendition of the Scooby Doo characters, which is just absolutely perfect for spooky month. If you guys have never seen Scooby Doo, I don't know how you have not seen Scooby Doo, but I highly suggest watching like any Scooby Doo content at all. I grew up watching the animated series, and of course the wonderful early 2000s live action adaptations, which was just absolutely wonderful. Totally iconic, highly suggest checking it out. So like I said, this is my rendition of the characters. So this is not like the exact like interpretation of these characters, like it's not like word for word exactly, like how they appear traditionally, but it's just, like my take on them, and I thought that that would be fun to do and to talk about with you guys, since Scooby-Doo is so classic, and I feel like so many people have seen it and just been a fan of it. So I thought, we could be in touch with our childhoods right now and do a little bit of, a nostalgic video. But first we have Fred. That's my Fred. Very quickly went by, but Fred is absolutely wonderful. I love the little like neck scarf he wears. I think he's just like, he's very cute. I love Fred. This is my Velma. I wanted to make the group a little bit more diverse, just to, update it a little bit. So Velma is probably my favorite character in the group. She is just she's a dream, I mean, I was when I was growing up, I always really admired, that kind of type of character, like the Hermione type, like the very intelligent, quiet girl who's often like pushed aside as being a nerd, because I related to that a lot when I was growing up. So like characters like Velma and like Hermione and others that I currently cannot think of, they always really touched me as a kid, and I feel like that was like a thing that a lot of people felt, a lot of young people growing up felt. So I don't know, let me know if any of you are Velma fans as well. Or if you're a Daphne person. I freaking love Daphne as well. She's so freaking fierce. She is so sassy. I love her. I love her hair. I love her little headband, but we'll get to her in a second. I'm just finishing up Velma right now. She's got this really, really bright orange outfit. I mean, all of them have very loud outfits except for Shaggy. They all have very like intensely color coordinated. But I still think it looks pretty good on her. Now we're doing our Daphne. In a second you'll see the hairstyle I pick for her. But in general, like, I was trying to keep with like the 60s, 70s kind of vibe of their original outfits while still like being a little bit more updated. So in a sec, like I said, you'll see her hairstyle, which is like this old school kind of scarf tied in her head, because I didn't really have like a headband hairstyle for her. So I had to do what I could with, the custom content that I have, but I still think she looks really good in this. Like, look at her. She's fantastic. I love Daphne. I think she's so beautiful. But I will admit that like making these characters was actually kind of difficult, especially for Velma and Shaggy, for some reason, like them specifically. I think it's because I have like limited custom content that like matched like what I was trying to imagine for these characters. So you'll see me, especially for Daphne, going back and forth between all these different outfits, because I was just trying to figure out like what I wanted like my interpretation to be, like what my vibe for her was. And I didn't feel like I had like the right, I don't know, I didn't have like the right custom content to make her. Like I had that cute little green scarf because she wears a green scarf around her neck, but it just wasn't working with what I was picking. So instead we go with a different dress. I thought about giving her like a top skirt combo, but I wasn't loving that either. But you'll see the dress that we picked for her in a second. I am very happy with how all these characters turned out, by the way. It just was like weirdly difficult in the process for some reason. I don't know. But let me know for you guys, who is your favorite Scooby-Doo character and why? Like, who do you like relate to the most? Like, when you were watching Scooby-Doo as a kid, who was like, your favorite? Who did you love when they came on screen? For me, like I said, Velma or Daphne. Shaggy's always fun. Fred was like, I don't know why, I just like never really loved Fred. I think as an adult, I'm like learning to appreciate Fred more, because he was a very, he was a sweetheart, But, let me know what you guys think. I don't think anyone's favorite character is Scooby-Doo himself, but I might be wrong, so let me know if I'm wrong. But that's the dress I end up choosing for Daphne. It's the closest I had to, like, what she usually wears, but I still think it's a pretty truthful, adaptation of her character. And lastly, we have Shaggy, who is so iconic. Like I said, like when I was growing up, I really like connected to Velma and I really admired Daphne, but Shaggy, as an adult, Shaggy is probably who I relate to the most. Just like, I don't know why, like now that I'm like older and I'm more like experience in the world, like I understand Shaggy a lot more. And I think he's just like such a cool, chill guy. And he's someone I would totally love to be friends with in real life. But definitely I wouldn't take him into a haunted house because he would run away and be absolutely afraid. Like I said earlier, like it was kind of hard for me to figure out Shaggy's outfit as well. Like I don't know, like this is what I originally had and then I changed this combo to something else. Just because, I don't know, it wasn't working for me, this outfit. It just like was not the vibe. And also you may notice like my screen's freezing sometimes. I just like kept getting like these weird glitches in my screen, which is like really annoying at the time, but you know, I have like an insane amount of custom content, so that's gonna happen. But in the end, I do end up giving, does he wear this shirt? I don't remember. I'm trying to remember what I end up giving him. Oh yeah, he puts on this shirt, this really long loose green one, and a pair of brown sweatpants. That's the closest I could get for him, and I feel like that's pretty close enough. And we're gonna put on some sneakers. He doesn't wear like high top Converse like that traditionally, but I thought that was pretty true to his character, especially if I'm going for like a more, updated version. And lastly, we're gonna put together Scooby Doo, who is a Great Dane, by the way. I did not know that. Well, I mean, maybe you guys do that. I'm not very good at like naming dog breeds, especially when they're like animated and not real. So I just thought Scooby was like a random like dog, but he's like specifically a Great Dane, which is interesting, I guess. I wonder why they made him a Great Dane. I don't know. So this is me like trying to emulate the spots that he has. I like looked at like reference photos to figure out, like where his spots were. And I think I got it right. I don't know how important that is to you guys, but I tried to make like my Scooby as real, not real, but like as faithful as possible to the original Scooby. I didn't have like the exact collar that he wears, but I tried to get as close as possible, like in terms of color. I know his little pendant, like his little like collar thing's supposed to be gold, not silver, but like I said, that's the closest I had, and I feel like it's still pretty cool. So this is the best group shot I could get. I didn't have the right pose, but you can see Scooby's just like standing there. I don't know. This is like my take on these characters. I hope you guys enjoy it. Anyways, it's Friday. Have a great weekend, you guys, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.